friend. I hope that you've had an amazing day, an amazing week, everything. And today I'm going to talk to you about the one thing that you must know to be successful. Now, I've been coaching leaders, entrepreneurs, just people, amazing humans for over the past 15 years. And I've been asked this question at least 1 billion times, at least 1 billion times. And my first answer when someone asks me, hey, what's the one thing that I need to be successful? And I always ask them, well, what is it that you want? What do you want? And I get one of three responses. They either just give me the blank stare, or they say, I just want to be stable, and I'm like, homegirl, homeboy, you can be stable and be homeless. Stability just means that you can get back into a place when disrupted. Like I could push you and no. Right? That's all that means. It doesn't mean that you're just reached some new level of life called stability, right? And then the last thing that happens is they just name all the random things they've been doing recently. Like, I've really been thinking about getting certified in yoga, and I've also been thinking about just going ahead and getting my certification, in web design. And then also I think my candles are just really taking off, or, maybe they're a CEO of a company and they're just like, we got to increase sales. That still isn't a vision. That's an outcome, so really the first step in being successful and having a successful experience or team is knowing what you want, which is what I call a vision. Seeing what it is that you want. Now, that can be a difficult question because I can ask you just, what do you want to eat right now? And you may give me the blank stare. We do not like to say what it is that we want, but that's the exact thing that we have to do to be successful. And here's why. The first thing is knowing what you want allows you to give yourself some sort of measure of success. Meaning, hey, I want to be the best dog groomer in the world. Okay, so now we're measuring success based on dog grooming or, whatever it may be, right? And so that way, when you have some sort of idea of how you measure success, then you can start getting some wins underneath your jacket, right? Because those wins are what's going to motivate you and fuel you to continue to move forward so you can achieve the big success. Because without that feeling of success and feeling like you're getting some sort of win, you're just not going to have the fuel. And when things get tough, you're just going to switch to something else and start doing all these random things that have nothing to do with what you actually want. So step one, know what you want and make it so clear that if I were to read it, I can map my way there, like old school MapQuest, okay? And now if you don't know what MapQuest, it was before GPS and iPhones and all that stuff, to where you literally put in your destination online and it printed you directions turn by turn, and got you to where you needed to go. And it made you really pay attention to where you are, because if you missed a turn, nothing was going to tell you or alert you or reroute you. You just had to kind of work backwards until you figured out where you missed your turn. Well, that's what we're doing now. If you don't know what you want, you're just kind of figuring it out, missing turns here or there because you never established a vision for yourself. So that's the first step. And then the second thing that you want to do, once you know what you want, is just decide, what are my initial steps? And you just ask yourself that question over and over again until you take a step, you take a step, you take a step, you take a step. And the reason I say that is once you've determined what your vision is, then you have to have the courage to engage in it. And I found that a lot of people are deterred by the number of steps they think they have to take, or maybe they're deterred by just being overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, I got to have this whole thing figured out. No, you don't. You need to figure out as many steps as it takes for you to get started and involved, and then figure out what are my next steps? What are my next steps? And just keep going on with that until you've made it to the finish line. So that's it. The one simple secret to success is just knowing what you want and not being afraid to say it, having the courage to say it out loud, and then just taking the first step. So thank you so much. And if you need any help with this, I have a link in there where you can schedule a consultation with me and I will pull it out of you. And if you want to skip the consultation, maybe you're like, look, I don't know if I feel like talking to her directly. Let me just get the information. I have a course called Cultivating Vision and Strategy. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull your vision out of you. So we're going to figure out what you want, where you're gifted and skilled, and we're going to put it together in a strategy, okay, or in the form of a strategy. And I even like slid in this part where you recognize maybe some negative patterns that have held you back in the past to make sure that those things don't hold you back as you're running and shooting towards your vision. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the course. Can't wait to see your strategy. And until next time.